Now, in 1984, the C4 came out, and when it did, it came out with Digital Dash. This is probably one of the most unique things about the C4 Corvette. They had a Digital Dash like this from 1984 all the way to 1989. It was unique, and it was one of my favorite things about getting this Corvette. See, you can see it here as the miles per hour. You could change it so when they sold these cars to Europe, by a quick of a switch, I can go from miles per hour to kilometers. Really quite unique. Now you notice there that the speedometer on the analog part only goes to 85. Well, the 3 digits you see on the bottom there, those are actual speedometer speeds. So you can go, well, up to 3 digits. Let's say 100. But anyway, you can go a lot faster than the 85 and have it shown. On the far right, you have the tachometer. The tachometer will have digital readout on the bottom. At the same time, it has the analog as it goes up. This is a switch box that switches the things on your dash so you can control what you want to see on a regular basis. Now here, in the middle, is where you can have English, where it is now, or I can bring it down to metric, which would put it in kilometers instead of miles per hour. Now on the other side here, you can see there's oil pressure or oil temperature. And I usually keep it on oil pressure, because I kind of like to know where the oil pressure is at all times. Now on the right side here, I have coolant temperature or voltage. So if I push it on coolant temperature, then I'll get the coolant temperature of the radiator, and I bring it down here, I can get the volts, and also shows the charge volts that's going to my battery. So I got good control of what I'm looking at and what I want to look at. Now over here, I can set the range. Dial show the range that I have left on my gas gauge, or I can have a trip meter. Now here, miles per gallon here, or I can have the average miles per gallon on the bottom. So I can show my fuel that I'm using as I'm driving right there, much like a much more new car today. This is 1985, remember. I can reset that too. I can reset my gas mileage, and I can reset my trip meter right there. Pretty basic from there. Nice little setup, easy to control, not a problem to use. You see the little rectangulars on each side of the boxes, like for the oil pressure and oil temperature and the coolant temperature. And what that is, that turns red and lights up. So no matter what setting you have these gauges in, if there's a problem with any one of those, regardless of what you have on the screen, it will pop to the proper thing. Like if you're starting to overheat and you have it set on voltage, it will automatically pop the temperature and turn red to let you know you have a problem. That's pretty unique. I think that's a very helpful and excellent idea. Well, you know what? I did a video on the prototypes that came up before they decided to go in with this particular screen. You might want to check it out. It's right here on the site.